Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nick. I am not dead, and I would like to welcome you back to another video. In today's video, we are killing Xesht, the Breach boss, at Tier 3 or Uber difficulty 500 times with 75,000 Breach Splinters. Yes, this video is going to take a while, and yes, this video is very expensive. So if you appreciate me dedicating what will probably be 30 to 40 hours of my time condensed into a 20-minute video for your enjoyment, be sure to drop a like. Now let's get started. So for this loot from video, the age-old question is, how much did it cost me? And for some of you who have been members of the channel for a while, you may also be asking yourself, why is Nick doing this video again? It takes a long time, the temple's better to farm, he's way more likely to make money from that. Well, to be completely honest with you, the reason I'm doing this video again is because 0.5 is just around the corner and GGG promised in-game changes. Since I last did the video, a lot of new loot has been added to pretty much every endgame boss, and additional loot is also possible to be added in 0.5, and quite frankly, I just wanted to run more bosses, and I enjoy sharing my experiences, so here we are. As for the cost of the video, I spent 1,147 divines for all 75,000 breach splinters. That was multiple weeks ago, however. At the current market value, 19 breach splinters is what you can get for one divine, meaning that a tier 3 or Uber Xesht kill with 150 splinters as entry cost runs us about 7.9 divines per kill. If we extrapolate that to 500 kills, this video is going to cost me 3,950 divines at current market value. Another thing I'd like to touch on is exactly what I'll be picking up from all of these 500 kills. From the breach itself, I'll be picking up every catalyst that drops, every piece of currency that shows up on my Uber loot filter, all of the breach rings, and maybe a few rare items or two, at least ones that I think might have a little bit of value. For the boss himself, we are going to be focusing on every single lineage support that he drops, every single unique item that he drops, specifically targeting level 20 Choir of the Storms because they are 200 div regardless of role this season, Xesht's Reliquary Key, and finally, just like at the end of the breach, if I see any rare items that I think might be worth some value, I'm going to pick those up too. The last thing I'm going to touch on before we get started is my rarity and atlas. So for your viewing pleasure, you can see them on screen now. Now let's get into the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting our first kill of the 500 kill run here. Let's see what we get. Okay, no lineage support. I need to change my loot filter. Looks like we got Choir of the Storm. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dude, there is no way. This is literally... There's no way. This is a level 20 Choir of the Storm. Oh my god. 200 div on the first kill. There's no way, dude. Oh my gosh, we're off to a good start. Are you kidding me right now? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our first Divine Orb. Okay, so we are maybe like 10 kills in. Let me just check. I reset my my kills tracker when I started this. We are tracking scrolls. 8 kills in, literally 8 kills in, and we just got a second level 20 Choir of the Storm. This is like 160 div. So far we have actually made like a ton of money, which is fantastic. Was not expecting that, but super happy about it. Okay, I'm sorry. I just ended the other clip, but look at how this thing rolled. Look at how this thing rolled. 97%. Can we pull it up? 210 div. Let's freaking go, man. I'm so hyped right now. Hey, like 30 kills in or something, and we just got Xesht's Reliquary Key. That is the first one, and that is like 16 div, so we made some money. Alright, so the very next kill after Xesht's Reliquary Key, we got a Zoph's Pyre. I don't think that this is one of the super good ones, but I don't know for sure, but I'm almost entirely sure we made some money this run, so yeah, we always love that. Let's
Support jam?
go! We just got the 250 div one, man.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Oh, we love that. It has been a hot minute since I have made a clip, and seeing this on the ground is just such a good feeling. No matter what it is, 150 div or more in the bank. We love to see it. Hello once again, everyone. We have reached 125 kills, or approximately 1/4 of our 500 kill goal, and I am going to share with you guys a 125 kill update as quickly, concisely, and analytically as possible. If we look at my tracking scroll here, you can see that I have 125 kills on the dot. So without further ado, let's get right into that 125 kill check-in. In our first tab, we have our remaining splinters on the left side here, of which there are 56,250, meaning that we have used 18,750 of them, which has cost us approximately 987.5 divines thus far at the current market prices. On the right side here, we have all of our lineage supports and the single reliquary key that we've obtained so far. So between the pyres, the radiances, the embrace, and the single reliquary key, we can clock this tab at 469 divines at current selling prices. The embrace being 276 of those 469. So far, we are making a lot of money on just the lineage supports that we are getting from the boss. Our second tab that we have is the currency tab, and this does include the catalysts. And when added up at the current market selling prices, get ready for this. This tab is 736 divines, and I know that sounds really, really hard to believe. But the Sibilant Catalyst, the Skittering Catalyst, and the Neural Catalysts are all less than 2 per 1 divine, so the prices add up here very, very quickly. Between the currencies tab here and our lineages, we are already in the money for this boss, and we haven't even gotten to the uniques yet. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Our third and last notable tab is the first uniques tab, which currently takes the cake at 976 divines of value. And you may be thinking, Nick, how on God's green earth does this tab equal 976 divines? Well, we've been incredibly lucky and we have gotten 4 level 20 Lightning Bolt Choir of the Storms, which, no matter what the Lightning Res roll is, sell for a minimum of 215 divines each, meaning that these 4 items right here are 860 divs. We also have multiple level 19s, which sell for 2 to 3 divs apiece. We have these 2 medium large ring Metamorphosis diamonds that both happen to roll with 5% res that sell for like 20 to 23 divines apiece. So in total, we're looking at 976 divs from this tab, which is absolutely awesome. As I said, the Choir of the Storms are completely carrying our current profit, but couldn't be happier. Not sure if we've been lucky, unlucky, or on rate, but I was expecting to see maybe 2 of these in 500 kills. Super happy to see 4 of them so far. Our remaining tabs include the runes, the uniques 2, and the rings, all of which are pretty much worthless. Breach rings this late into the game are just recombination fodder, and unless you get almost a perfect ring, you're not going to sell it this late. So I'm probably just going to have some fun with these after I'm done with the video, see if I can make a really cool one, but I'm not really expecting anything out of these. And with all of that being said, as I said so far, our 125 kills has cost us 987.5 divines. We currently have, between all of the tabs that I went through, approximately 2,181 divines worth of loot, meaning so far our profit in 125 kills is 1,193.5 divines, meaning that I have theoretically, with my buy-in, already made profit, but we are well on our way to profiting at current market prices. Couldn't be happier about that. We're making some money, baby. I'll catch you in the next clip. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is so nice to see this embrace on the ground, this basically 300 div lineage support. It has been about probably 50 to 60 kills since the 125 kill check-in, and this is like the first thing that's been good in that entire time. Like, we haven't gotten any level 20 Choir of the Storms, any other good lineage supports. I am so happy that I got this because our profit has taken like a super steep dive. As the second set of 125 continues to be way worse than the first, all I can say is hallelujah, we got a Radiance. I am super happy to see it. Just when you think all hope is lost, it comes back. We just got an Ulnatol's Embrace. Absolutely love it. That is like 300 div right now, so we are back to making money. Ladies and gentlemen, Toll's Stillness has entered the chat. We have finally gotten the last lineage support that we have not gotten yet. I honestly don't know the price of this one. I'm pretty sure it's one of like the 100 div ones or something, so it's a good drop. But yeah, we finally got the last lineage support at 220 KC. So We caught them all. All right, y'all. Welcome back. We have officially hit the halfway point at our 250 Xesht kill check-in. As you can see, we have 250 Xesht kills on my tracking scroll of head hunting here. I gotta say, this last 125 has been quite the roller coaster. The first, 50 to 60 kills left us with almost, no notable drops, but I think we really rallied it together in the second half, which I'll be showing you guys in just a second. I am going to make this check-in a little bit quicker because the next check-in is going to be our 500 kill check-in at the end of the loot video, and I'm going to go much more in depth there. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, and starting off with the first tab, our splinters and lineages. We are at the halfway point, meaning that so far we have spent 1,975 divines on our Xesht kills at the 7.9 divine per kill price, and we're doing pretty good on the splinters and lineages. We have 7 of the pyres here. We have 4 of the radiances. We finally got a Toll's stillness, like maybe 60, 70 kills ago. We have 3 of the embraces, 2 of the reliquary keys, and I've started picking up some various bits and bobs. Just items that I think I can recom or maybe slam for a little bit of profit. Nothing too special. We also do have an Overseer tablet, an Abyss tablet, and a Seed of Cataclysm that I'm probably going to corrupt later. But this tab so far, looking pretty juicy at 1,283 divines. So lots of money in the lineages. We are making some profit. All right, and our next tab is the currency tab, and this one is the easiest one to break down. We have about 18 divs up here of just raw normal currency, and when we get to the catalysts, we have like 1,380 div worth of catalysts down here. I know that seems hard to believe, but the neural catalysts alone are 522 div. Just absolutely crazy amount. Between everything in this tab, we're sitting at about 1,400 div of just raw currency, which is freaking awesome. The last tab I'm going to showcase on the 250 kill check-in is this first uniques tab, and unfortunately, it didn't grow nearly as much as it did in the first 125 kills. If you look at our most valuable items, the level 20 Choir of the Storms, we started the first half of the video, or the first quarter of the video rather, with 4 of these. Unfortunately, we only added 2 in the last 125 kills. What we did add way more of, and I have no idea why, is the level 18 Choir of the Storms. I thought these would be exceedingly rare when you're doing a level T3 Xesht, but we went from having, I think, 2 or 1 in the first 125 kill check-in to having like 8 now, which is unfortunate because they are completely worthless. We didn't add any medium-large Metamorphosis diamonds. We did add a 5% medium, which again is 20 div. Getting very lucky with the elemental rolls on some of these. But all these other ones are pretty much worthless, maybe a few divines. So we got about 80 div worth of Metamorphosis diamonds. Completely nothing here. These are about 4 to 5 div a piece, which is nice. The level 19s are actually going up, and the level 20s are actually going down. When I PC'd these the other day, when I was doing the 125 kill check-in, they were about 215 div a piece. They're actually about 200 div a piece now. And some of them are even a little bit lower than that, which is unfortunate. So these are going down. We're losing money by holding on to them. But overall, this tab in total is still worth 1,430 divines, meaning that it is still the most valuable tab that we have so far on our Xesht 500 kill experience that we got going on here. There is one thing I haven't pointed out, and that is this breach ring. And the reason I have this breach ring in this tab is because it is by far the best breach ring that I've dropped, and I have dropped a ton of breach rings. This one has the chance to be worth quite a bit of money. At the end of the video, I think I'm going to desecrate it, see if we can hit another rarity mod on there, and if we can, after catalyzing it, this ring is probably 5200D, which is actually pretty cool. Aside from that, that is the 500 kill check-in. So far, if you're keeping track, we have spent 1,975 divs, and our value of loot is 4,110, meaning that so far our profit is 2,135 divs in 250 Xesht, which is a little bit less than about 8 div a kill, or approximately 8 something div a kill, which is pretty nice. So we are making profit every single time on average, which is great. I'll see you in the next clip. It has been quite some time since I filmed the 250 kill check-in, and this is like the first good drop. Like, we are straight up not having a good time right now. Let me check the KC. We are currently at doodly doodly doo 322, and that's the first good drop. So 72 kills since we've seen something worth making a clip about. So the second half is not off to a good start, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so it's been a few kills since I realized this, and I just want to address it really quick. I'm going to touch base on it again when I get to 500 kills, but I messed up. I swapped accounts temporarily and was running Xesht on a different account, put the tracking scroll of headhunting on that account, and then swapped back to this one and forgot to put it back on this account. So I ran 42 kills that weren't tracked. I picked up everything, and the loot's still going to be from 500, but at the end of the video, it's just going to say 458. It's not going to say 500. I'm not going to run an extra 42 kills to get the ticker to 500. I am going to run all 500 kills, but the kill count's going to be off. So I'll address that again when I get to the 500 kill check-in, but if you're watching at this point in time, I just wanted to let you know that I made a mistake. I just thought this was kind of cool. This is, I think we're about 400 kills in, and we just got our first ever double Divine Orb drop. So, I mean, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's just kind of cool to see. Ladies and gentlemen, another level 20 Choir of the Storm coming in. This is actually the first one since the 250 kill check-in, and it's probably been about 200 kills since I got one. So, happy to get another one. It's 200 divs. We made some money. Hey, 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 another embrace. We are getting more of the lineages in the second 250 kills than I think the first 250, but obviously, as I said in the last clip, less of the level 20 choirs, so it'll be interesting to see at the end how this second 250 matches up to the first 250. Anyway, on to the next clip. Hey, everybody, let's freaking go. I think we have about 70 kills left, or so, maybe 60 to 70 kills, and this is probably the last level 20 Choir of the Storm that we're going to see. But happy to get it, and we made some money. Well, would you look at that? I was dead wrong. We got another level 20 Choir of the Storm. Let's freaking go, man. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. These are all the remaining kills I have in my inventory here, and we just got a level 20 Choir of the Storm. Super happy, another 200 div, but this is probably where we call it on these. I guess we'll see. I'll see you in the check-in. It's probably going to be the next clip. This is probably the last good drop. It's got to be. I have like 16 or 17 kills left. There's a very, very small chance that I get another good drop, but we just got another embrace. It's pretty much almost 300 divs, so yeah, I'll probably see you in the next clip, which will be the check-in, almost undoubtedly. Dude, there's literally no way. There's literally no way. I got another embrace like 3 or 4 kills later. I don't even know at this point in time. I got 8 kills left here, 1 currently in the Realm Gate. I got 9 kills left. I thought the last embrace was going to be the last item, and I got 1 more. I'm not complaining. It's like 300 div, but my luck on the last 250 has been very, very, very good, and I can't wait to show you guys. So, for the third time, I will probably see you at the 500 kill check-in for the next clip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 35 hours and 174,000 kills, we have arrived at the final check-in for the 500 Uber Xesht kills. And in case you missed a previous clip, I did want to mention that I did make a mistake. I swapped my headhunting scroll to another account and then swapped back to this account and forgot to transfer the headhunting scroll over, so we are short by 42 kills on the tracking scroll of headhunting, but no matter, we have the loot from all 500, so without further ado, let's finally get into the final loot check-in. It has been a long time coming, but we are finally here to check up on the loot from 500 kills, and we are, of course, starting with our lineages tab. So if you look at the top right, you can see that we have clearly added a lot of the valuable lineages since we did our 250 kill check-in, which has obviously drastically increased the value of this tab by a lot of divines. The final price check, believe it or not, and this is at current market prices, for this tab in this area alone is 3,000 417 divines, meaning we almost broke even from our lineages and Xesht keys alone, which is insane. Also in this tab, I have my Barayas and just some items that I picked up off the ground and identified and saw potential value in. We actually have some pretty good ones here. So like this jewel, if I were to corrupt it and potentially get like a fifth affix on it that's good, could be sold for a ton of money. This staff right here has +7 cold spells and T1 extra lightning. These boots dropped with 35% MS and 2 T1 reses. So we did get some good items from Xesht overall. I mean, I identified probably, I don't know, maybe 3,000 items off the ground. That includes the rings, of course. And we have some good ones here. We could potentially make a few divines from them. And if I end up selling any of these, I will point that out before the final check-in at the end of the video where I show all of the divines. So hopefully we can make a little bit of money. Let's get on to the next tab. Our second tab to cover on the 500 kill check-in is obviously the currencies tab, and at this point in time, the currency tab has officially fallen to second place behind the lineages. For the 125 and the 250 kill check-in, the currency tab was the most valuable, but now it's currently only about 50 divs less than the lineage tab, coming in at 3,373 divines. The big contributors to that being the Sibilant, the Skittering, and also the Neural Catalyst, which alone make up 2,550 divines of the 3,373. If you have been following along between the previous tab and this one, you can add up the divines that we've currently made from just these two tabs to 6,790 divines, meaning that we are making some serious money. On that topic of making serious money, let's get to the next tab, which is also very, very valuable. So obviously the uniques from Xesht do come in all shapes and sizes, as you can see here, but the ones that we are most interested in are in this first tab like they have been the entire video. And mainly, the ones that we are very fortunate to have gotten are these level 20 Choir of the Storms, and we obtained 10 of them. They are currently being sold at market price for about 220 div a piece, meaning that we have 22 div in level 20 Choir of the Storms alone, which is just awesome. In addition to that, we also have tons of level 19 Choir of the Storms. They sell for about 2 div a piece, maybe 2.5 div if you get a higher lightning roll on some of these. And obviously we have the level 18s as well, which are completely pointless, and I'll just end up turning them into chance shard fodder. We also got a ton of the Metamorphosis diamonds, and we were very fortunate enough to hit all of these down here at 5%, and these are all worth about 20 to 25 div a piece, so anywhere from like 80 to 90 to 100 div in Metamorphosis diamonds also. We're completely ignoring every other Xesht unique, but I also have breach rings down here, and the reason I put these breach rings here is these are all the breach rings that rolled the best of the 2,000 that we obtained throughout the entirety of our run. Now, full disclosure, it is a little difficult to sell non-perfect breach rings this end game into the league, but I'll go ahead and add some quality to these, finish slamming them, and if I end up selling them when I get to you guys at the final check-in to see how much we made, I'll let you know if I sold any. So, with all that being said, there is only one more thing to do, and that is to finish slamming, finish corrupting if I'm corrupting anything, and finish selling all of the gear in all of these tabs to get back to you guys with one final check-in. So I will see you there. So I just wanted to give a really quick update before my Ange runs out of sales history space, but this is everything that we have sold so far. A lot of the 18 and 19 Choir of the Storm sold for 15 annulments each. We also have some of the level 20 Choir of the Storms here, a 700 div breach ring, which is wild, but we have made a lot of money from selling everything. I can't wait to show you guys the final price check, but yeah, we are definitely in profit. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we are going to go ahead and call it here. I have a few items that I haven't sold, some breach rings, some various drops, some of the worse Metamorphosis diamonds, but we have made an absolute truckload of currency from everything that we have sold that we got from the 500 runs that we did. If you look at my stash here, I have a grand total of 9,616 raw divines. And if you recall from the beginning of the video, our total buy-in for this was only 3,950 div, meaning that we profited 5,666 div. And if we break that down to an hourly rate, that comes out as about 161 div an hour over the course of 35 hours with some AFK selling time and some selling overnight. And if you break it down to an individual kill basis, we profited about 11.3 divs per Xesht kill running him at an Uber difficulty. I understand that running an Uber boss 500 times is not necessarily for everybody, but if you're looking for some alternative money-making methods that's not running a temple, maybe Xesht is right for you. And with all that being said, we killed Xesht 500 times, it's time to move on to the next one. If you found this video enjoyable or you learned something, please feel free to hit that like button and leave me a comment down below. I read every single one of them. And if you feel so inclined, the subscribe button is down there as well. Once again, my name is Nick. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.